See, this is what I'm saying.
What you saying? What
That's
is
what I'm saying.
nah,
You
but
just
what was it that
stick
you
and
were saying?
move, like just stick and move, just go, just go.
I mean, because I feel like in business, the worst that can happen is it doesn't work out, especially if it's a low overhead business. I'm like, why not? I'm like, starting a business is kind of the same foundationally. So if I got an
Right?
opportunity to make money with low
Yep.
overhead, why not?
Right. Why not?
Why not? But hey, y'all, hey, this is Be the Entrepreneur, Brandy Fox, with my homegirl, Ashley Jeffers, Ashtrepreneur, and we are back once again with another week of discussion talking about real estate and entrepreneurship. And today is all about adaptability. One of the biggest things that are really, really important when you are an entrepreneur is making sure that your business is adaptable and you are adaptable because the industry changes all the time, all the time. So you want to make sure that when your industry changes or when anything changes, that you are prepared for what's to come and you have a contingency plan. So to get started, we are going to start with Ashley going into real estate. But before we hop into the deep part of adaptability in real estate investing, Ashley, introduce yourself. Tell the people a little bit about you, what you do, how you move, all that good stuff.
What's going on, everybody? Ashley Jeffers here, your favorite real estate investing mentor and coach. I have been a real estate investor for 5 years. I now am getting into teaching more because I want to um, touch as many people as possible and share this information about real estate investing with as many people as possible so that they can set up a cash flowing um, real estate portfolio. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, I am excited about it. I think how many more do we have before the event?
Don't know. Let me see.
So basically, we are hosting the business of real estate. And with that, we will be teaching people how to prepare your business for the real estate industry. The tickets are $25 and it's going to be January 28th, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. We've had the opportunity to partner with TD Bank to be able to offer this service within the bank. So you are getting a all-in-one experience. You're going to learn about starting your own business the proper way, legally. You're also going to learn about how to get into real estate investing, the different options, how you need to move, how you need to shake, all those things. You're going to learn that. But what is really going to tie the knot, put the cherry on top, is the fact that you're going to already be in connection with TD Bank bankers that are going to be able to connect with you as soon as we finish the event to make sure that you are prepared to get your finances in order and get that bank account foundational information together to prepare yourself for funding through the bank. As you know, TD Bank is a community bank. So one of the greatest things about community banks is that they specialize in funding to small businesses. So by going through our full 2 hour program, you'll have the ability to start a business, get into real estate, and get your stuff set up all in one session. So if you have not, I am about to drop the link. This is going to be the best $25 you didn't spent in January. I promise you, you will not be
Easily,
disappointed.
for sure.
Um, so I'm dropping a link. If you are interested, tickets are only $25. We only have 15 spots available. We've already sold tickets. If I'm not mistaken, we have 12 spots available now. So lock in, learn how to make money through real estate the right way, not just somebody selling you a sales funnel, but when you come to our program, you're going to leave with action-based steps that you can apply to your business same day to make sure that you're ready for this new venture.
For sure. So, shout out Ryan Jarrell, um, manager over at TD Bank that we are partnering with. We are grateful to partner with him. Grateful he has extended this opportunity to us. in order to empower you all. So as you guys are watching this live, if you could do us a favor in the chat, put hashtag live or hashtag replay, just so we can see how many people we have with us and how many people watched it after the live has ended.
In addition, don't forget to share. As y'all know, our main goal is to make sure that everybody knows, as many people as we know, our people know how to operate a small business, particularly in real estate. So share it. You never know who's watching, and we want to make sure that everybody gets this information that we drop in.
For sure.
All right. So, Ashley, it's so funny that we're talking about adaptability and entrepreneurship today because when we got on, you were just dropping a story on me about how you already had to adapt to your portion or your industry of real estate investing. Do you mind giving a brief description of that and starting off with that?
What are we, just the second week in January and
It's
it's
just
already stuff is already coming off the rails. So I own not only traditional rentals, but I have one communal at this time. I am working on um, buying my second communal. Actually, made an offer and got it accepted last night for my second communal. So that one's coming soon. So the communal that I have now, for those not familiar with the term communal, basically I have a single family home where I rent the rooms out. And so 2 nights ago, unfortunately, um, the HVAC unit went out. It's cold. So the house at this time has no heat. Now, once it was reported to me by one of the tenants, immediately got my um, handyman to go over, who was also thankfully a certified HVAC tech. And so we've addressed it as quickly as possible. The issue is that the part that's needed for the unit had to be ordered. So um, it will be in tomorrow and the unit will be fixed tomorrow. Now, in the meantime, I have tenants that are cold. And so last night, storms came through the Charlotte region. Doesn't matter. I had to get up, go buy some space heaters, a space heater for each one of the tenants, and drive over there. So floods or not floods, like I had to go because responsibility as a um, business owner um, called for me to get moving and get those space heaters over to the tenants. Um, so they were okay last night. Tonight, um, still no heat. So had to pivot. Like, okay, what else can I do? Because I know that there are other areas in the house that are cold: the kitchen, the living room, downstairs, and the laundry room. So I just offered to, if they wanted $50, I just offered $50 to each one of them towards a hotel stay. May not cover the whole stay for one night, but it will cover a little bit. And so the whole point is, in business, especially when you are in business serving people, you have to be able to adapt. You have to be able to um, think on your toes quickly, because there are individuals that are affected by the decisions that I make and do not make. And so I would say one of the things that helps with being adaptable in your business, uh, specifically this situation, was having a Rolodex, if you will. That's an old school term, but having a contact list of handymen, HVAC technicians, electricians, general contractors. There are a number of professionals that you're going to need to call on in this real estate investing business. So a great strategy, a great thing to do is just your basic Excel spreadsheet as you're networking and you're meeting other investors, and you're talking about the things that they're going through with their renovations on their properties. Is start to jot down the people that they recommend, the professionals that they recommend. So I was able to act so quickly because I have a go-to handyman. And if he wasn't available at that moment, I've got two more I can call. So my good rule of thumb is, for each professional, have two or three in the pocket. So if one's not available, you can quickly bounce to the next one. If it gets cold and pipes freeze up, a pipe burst, you got to be able to move quickly. Now, there's something to be said about having a property manager in place, so you don't have to deal with these situations. But for the communal, I wanted to self manage it so that I can understand how this whole co living room rental business was going to work. So I've gotten my experience now. So definitely for the next communal, it'll be time to bring on a manager to replace me when it comes to the day to day. But the whole point being is like, again, the people business, dealing with people, you have to be able to accommodate because customer service is extremely important. Customer service determines um, your reputation in this business amongst potential new customers and amongst colleagues. So I take that very seriously, making sure that I run a good business, and I treat others how I would want to be treated.
No, I agree, and that's very, very important. And I can literally roll on that, but I ain't gonna roll because you know how I get to going. But that
Go
is a fact.
ahead.
It is
No,
what I
share.
say. What I say, when you talk about good business practices and customer service, that is the number one thing that is legit missing in today's society. Like when it comes to
Mm,
business, every time
mm,
I turn around, when I see people, even when people ask for a service, they'll be like in search of. And even when I see how people comment on it, I'm like, do you really think somebody is going to book you commenting like this? You know what I'm
mm.
saying? Like, you
Yeah,
want to come
yeah,
off the gate, like, for example, especially the heroines. The heroines be taking me out. They be like, I'm looking for somebody that can do this style by Saturday. And then in the comments, she'd be like, yeah, if you come to my house, I got a home studio. I can hook you up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not saying she's absolutely wrong, but if you in a competition with hundreds of people in a chat to get this client, why not put your best foot forward?
right,
Because she might not be with the lingo. She might not be down, you know what I'm saying? Or, know the terminology. So for me, you can never go wrong with just being with proper, consistent verbiage. You know what
right.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I think even in customer service in the beginning, how you communicate with your clients before they even become clients, I think that's something that a lot of entrepreneurs gotta know because they'll be like, oh, I can't get nobody, or I talk to them and they never hit me back. The first thing I'm asking is, I'm assessing what did that conversation look like? What did you say? What was your tone? So just understanding there's a lot of things that go into customer service and making sure that that is a priority if you want your business to grow.
for sure. Um, so another example of pivoting in this business, being able to adapt to changes. Um, so last year, I no, this is almost 2 years ago now. I renovated a property in Charlotte in Revolution Park, and my plan was to renovate it, find a tenant, place the tenant, and cash flow the property, like buy and hold it for the long term. So unfortunately, I got caught up in an interest rate increase by the time I got finished with the project because the renovation it took months. And of course, anything that could happen happened during this renovation period. And so it took a lot longer to finish. Now, I had a plan at the beginning of the project to buy and hold and then do a cash out refinance later. I knew what interest rate I was going to be looking at on the cash out refi so I could get my money back out. That was my plan to do the cash out refi, get my money out, use that to buy the next property. Well, um, I got caught up at the intersection of a renovation budget going over and interest rates going from 6%, 5 or 6% when I started to 8 or 9% by the time I got done, which blew up my original plan. So, lucky for me, I know to have a plan B and a plan C and a plan D. So, so I ended up having to sell the property because had I not sold the property, then been, I would have negative cash flow every month, given the expenses that I incurred and how much rent that I could get at the time. So if I was to go through with my original plan of doing a cash out refinance, putting a mortgage on the property, that increase in interest rates would have made that mortgage payment just too high, which would have made the cash flow negative, right? Because you can only get but so much rent for a particular unit in a particular area. So that was kind of my pivot. Just be ready to, you know, let the property go if it's going to do you more harm than good. Um, Key to kind of knowing, what is my plan B, what is my plan C? Mentorship, right? So um, I have several real estate investing mentors, and so one of them, him and I had to come to have had to have a tough conversation. And because my first inclination was, I'm just going to ride the wave because I worked so hard on this property and I want to keep it. And this is the one I want. And, I wanted this property. I wanted to be in this neighborhood and all the things. And he's like, listen, you are going to hold yourself back. You are going to self destruct if you hold on to this property because it's no longer profitable. So I got into a situation where I was becoming a bit emotionally attached. And that can't happen in real estate. Like, these properties are individual businesses and they should be treated as such, not your best friend. So I saw the interest rate increase coming. Another, besides mentorship, I say mentorship because my mentor was able to say, hey, if you look, let's look at each one of the scenarios. Based on his experience, he was able to help me map out, if you hold it, this is what's going to happen. If you sell it, this is what's going to happen. And should be the next moves for you. Another tool in your toolbox should be staying up with the news, like know what's going on in the real estate investing world, like knowing that you can go to bankrate.com to know what current mortgage rates are, current interest rates are, so that you can understand how much money will cost you. So biggerpockets.com is another good source for real estate investing news. So just keep those things in mind. As far as the mentorship is concerned, obviously, that's why me and Brandy have partnered and are working towards this in-person event, because she brings the expertise in startups and business consulting, and I bring the real estate investing education. So that is a powerful combination when it comes to starting or scaling your real estate investing business. Like, use us to help you because we bring years of experience to the table, right? We didn't just start this yesterday. Brandy just opened a new business the other day. It's her seventh business, like, go crazy. You know what I mean? So we know a thing or two about business and real estate investing. And so we're wanting to share that with you guys at our in-person event, which is January the 28th, 12 to 2. The link to register is in the comment section. So we have 12 spots left out of 20. Okay. So people are picking up the $25 tickets. $25 is nothing in the grand scheme of what you will come out of this event with. So I don't know. You guys can put in the chat, but I don't know another event that has been held at a bank that is wanting to help you get funding for your business, right? So TD Bank, shout out to Ryan Jarrell again, is going to be there. They're going to share the products and services that they have available for small business owners, the funding sources that they have available for small business owners. So it's really going to be a life-changing experience. So for $25, I mean, you cannot beat that at all. So we hope to see you on the 28th. Brandy, you gotta give me an example, something in business where you had to pivot and head off in another direction that you didn't plan on initially.
Definitely. I would say, of course, COVID was a hard time, but for me, pivoting was learning how to have another business as backup. For anybody that's known me, you know that I've owned my first business, my baby business, Pamper Us mobile massage service. I've had that. It'll be 13 years on March 18th. When starting the entrepreneurship, I put all of my time, all of my energy into that business. And then 2018 is really when I started being an entrepreneur and getting into that. But what I'm grateful for, and when it comes to adaptability, is that COVID hit. And if I wouldn't have had started Be the Entrepreneur, I really would have been SOL when COVID hit, but because of course massage therapy is um uh physical, it's a touching based business, like skin to skin type business. So with that, of course, we were one of the people that were shut down during COVID. So I'm glad that I was able to adapt my energy, knowing that I couldn't run my massage business the way that I wanted to at the time. I'm glad that I was able to adapt my business model and my mindset. Like, okay, I done started a business, I've maintained a business, I've had a full-time job and worked this business as a dualpreneur, and I've successfully transitioned out of this business into full-time entrepreneurship. There are so many people out here that are lost. There are so many people out here who have a great business idea and they just don't know where to go. So I was like, why not transition and adapt my energy into Be the Entrepreneur? Now I can take everything I've learned and teach other people how not to get into that cycle. So for me, that's what adaptability comes into entrepreneurship. Just being ready to pivot at any time. Even your business model. Real quick, I had a friend that called me today and she was like, she's been in the industry for a minute in what she does. And with that being said, she was just telling me how, she feel like, it's time for her to switch it up, to adapt to how entrepreneurship and how people are seeing entrepreneurship is changing, and her wanting to adapt her business model to meet the new needs of people in her industry. It's nothing wrong with that. And that's something that you have to do. I actually read a book. Dang, real quick. Where is it at? Dang, I don't have it. But I read a book. I'm going to drop it in the chat. But I read this book, and basically it was talking about businesses. It did a research on businesses that have been in business for over 100 years and are still in existence today, and they compared the strongest people in that industry to the people who didn't make it in the industry. For example, if we was to compare somebody, they did a comparison talking about like Apple comparison, like Apple and IBM. Apple and Samsung. How was it that Apple was able to come in after Samsung and be able to create a monopoly around phone services? Not even phone service, but technology. You know what I'm saying? And they talked about the different things that this business put in place and how they were able to adapt, even going further back than that. Ford and GM been in competition from the beginning. So
Mm-hmm.
Ford, as we know, is the pioneer in the car industry, and they're still kicking today. And they was talking about how GM almost lost it because they were not able to adapt. They wanted to stay in that 1920s T-Bird looking model, not understanding that in order for your business to grow, it has to adapt. So my ending conclusion to what I just said is that if you do not adapt, if you do not innovate your business model, you will be left behind. Talk to Blockbuster, talk to Circuit City. I mean, I can go
Mm.
down the list of companies that did not make it because they did not adapt. So don't, like Ashley said, there's no room for attachment in your business model. You got to do what gets results. If something that you're pushing is not getting results, that means that you need to tweak something. And sometimes it can be a small tweak. People feel like they got to throw away their whole business model and start over. No. Be the Entrepreneur, I started off just consulting and doing ebooks. Them ebooks wasn't doing good at all. But when I transitioned over and, keeping in the band, everything don't work. But when I switched
Right.
over to business plans, that was it. Now I'm able to sell business plans along with my ebooks that I had as a complimentary service. So if I would have just stayed with ebooks, I never would have tapped into my real passion, my real talent, which is writing business plans. So
Mm.
Ashley pick at me all the time, and a lot of my friends pick at me all the time because I'm really a seer, doer, executor type person.
Oh
So
yeah, for sure.
um that's what adaptability is. Seeing a future problem, having a plan in place to be able to knock that problem out. So if you're going into entrepreneurship, like Ashley said, have an A, B, C, D. So that way, regardless of what happens, you are fully prepared.
Indeed.
But that's it from me. That is it. Ashley, you got anything else to share with the people before I plug us again?
Just stay ready so you don't have to get ready, baby. So all I can tell
Come
you.
on, baby. It's the classic. It's the classic. But with that being said, guys, if you have not tapped in, please do. January 28th, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. at TD Bank, we will be hosting the business of real estate investing. In this training, you will get a trifecta of information in 2 hours. You will be able to learn from me on how to adequately set up your real estate business, your foundational principles that literally any business needs to be able to get started. I will start you off with that. That is going to be followed up by Ashley, who's going to come in and break down what real estate investing looks like and what it takes to get into different industries. Because people just think buying and flipping. That's really one of them, or wholesaling. But Ashley's going to go into these different areas of real estate, and she's going to break down the pros and cons of each. What is the buy-in of each? That way, if you somebody you like, hey, I only got $5,000 to invest in real estate, we'll be able to at least help you figure out which route is best in real estate to go through. Now, you then went through the business setup part. Ashley gonna hook you up with the investing, and then we got to tie it together with the bank. TD Bank, we are so grateful for the opportunity to partner with you guys, so our clients will have the ability to meet with a banker one-on-one to understand your financial obligations and what you have the ability to utilize towards your investing goals. Yep. So if you have not, please feel free to go to my page, go to Ashley's page. We've been typing it, but I'm going to drop it in the chat one more time. Go ahead and get your $25 ticket. I promise you, you will not regret it. It's going to give you everything you need to jumpstart. We're not just going to be talking. We're giving you action steps that you can write down in your notebook, take home, and start applying next day. Same day if you're in the mood. But it's going to be on Sunday, so I'm going to be relaxing. Yeah. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Ashley, you got anything to say for the people before we head out?
No, Brandy, you said it all.
She tired of me. I am dying. So with that being said, yep, next Wednesday we'll be back. Same time, same location. Make sure you hop on this live, get this information. We're looking forward to kicking it with y'all next week. Y'all be safe.
Bye, guys.
Bye.